It's time for good energy, and I'm Dr. Julie, and welcome to Bodyful Day 175, Work in the Senses. And today we're talking about the sense of hearing. It seemed appropriate when we were talking about, being today Labor Day, that we start the day with, this unit with work. Now, when we are talking about this, we're going to talk about the fact that when we are at work, we are not necessarily getting continual good energy in. So energy to heal equals good energy in minus stressors, and that work can bring along a bunch of stressors. So today this week we're going to talk about how to use your senses. You will notice I've been painting. We're going to talk about how to use your senses to bring in joy and good energy in. All right, let's start with the basics. Take a deep breath in. And release. Deep breath in, you're going to expand, 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 and tuck. Let's go ahead and do that. And release. And think about any stressors. I have been painting since about noon and bringing wonderful colors into my youngest's bedroom. As you can see, there are all sorts of lovely colors that are going on in his room. And in doing that, I have done a lot of sitting, which does not make my back happy. So I am going to breathe into my low back. Yesterday I breathed into my middle back. I'm going to breathe into my low back today. Give it a little bit extra good energy in. Deep breath in. And release. All right, so we're starting this week on work, and it seemed appropriate. And so on Labor Day, we're going to talk about a really easy sense to bring into work in order to give yourself good energy, and it's the sense of hearing. And we've talked about hearing with sleep, and we've talked about hearing with driving in the car, and here is an interesting thing. I mean, at work, if you can, there are always a lot of auditory stressors. So can you bring in your own auditory good energy in? For example, when getting all of this lovely paint all over my hands, my youngest and I listened to the Greatest Showman soundtrack, and then I put on ELO radio on Pandora because I'm a good fan of the 1970s music. And so I just put that on and was able to kind of cruise through multiple passes over orange and cream on top of what was previously a dark purple. So what you can do is you can find sounds that work for you, or if you are capable, you can put noise cancellation on. So normally I have my earbuds in, but they ran out of juice. So those have the capacity to put AirPods. They have the capacity to do noise cancellation in addition to sound, just providing sound. And so that capacity enables me to get rid of vibrations that are continuous and might be stressful. And of course, that also reduces my ability to hear out in the environment, which is the opposite of what we talked about last week. So last week we talked about hearing beyond yourself, whereas this week we're talking about how can we block out the environment so that you have a good source of energy in. So first would be providing music that you enjoy listening to. Secondly would be tones, or Pandora has a couple of meditation radio stations that actually really work about kind of calming the brain with various bowls or ringing of bells. And those are good for bringing good energy in, but you have to find your own thing. My youngest put on the soundtrack to Iron Man, which meant there was a lot of AC/DC, and that is not my jam. So thankfully he left the room thereafter and I put something else on. But that is his. That's what gives him good energy in, when he's got to do something that he doesn't truly get good energy out of. which means I'm sure there are going to be many days this week while we're starting at-home schooling that I will hear AC/DC coming out of his bedroom, which is interesting as he's only 7. Anyway, so what you can do with sound is that sound is soothing, and at work you have the option, many of you, some of you don't, have the option of putting headphones on. And you can noise cancel, you can add just various different radio stations, and those are good energy and to give you enough energy to get your work done. And then we could talk about away from work, we can talk about tasks at home that you don't truly enjoy doing. Folding clothes, washing dishes, any other things that just, really get your goat but they have to be done at home. Rolling socks, you name it. Those types of things, you need to find soothing sounds that help keep you going. Now, they could be soothing. Again, as I said, the 7-year-old likes AC/DC, so I would expect when he gets older, he will fold socks to AC/DC. So when you're at home, you can do the same thing. You can put on soothing or energizing, anything that is categorized as auditory that's good energy in, that will help you get there. And notice that the good energy in that you do at work or you do folding clothes may be completely different, because my kids go to bed to rain sounds. And so that is soothing for that period of time. You can pay attention to what you are doing. If you're being creative, maybe you want something like jazz, if you like jazz. If you are trying to focus and buckle down, that should probably be one of your favorite pieces of music. That way you can stay focused. And if it's just like checking things off a list, you can include music that is a little bit more playful, something that you can sing to that you don't have to stay focused on. All right, so that is it for today. I hope that you can start to just get into this as we use our senses to make work just a little bit better. All right, let's take a deep breath in and release. Have a great day.